This NFL Props Week 7 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. Bet $100 at WynnBet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by the SGPN merch store. Use the promo code NFC Beast for 15% off. Active until the Eagles or Giants lose their next game. Woo! Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Still on a heater, Sean.
Yeah, red hot. Look out.
Especially from this show, from the prop show. Are you kidding me?
Let's go.
Anytime touchdown, Atlanta Falcons. You laughed at me last week.
I
you
feel
laughed
like I
at
laughed
me.
at you. Yeah. Apologies for that.
Sorry.
Right?
Bring our guest on.
Joining us here from Bottom Line Bombs on the NFL Gambling Podcast, Mr. CJ Sullivan. What's up, CJ?
Hey, how we doing? Glad to be back in the big table, out of the box, and with the adults eating a big piece of turkey.
Well, or just more people in the box.
Yes,
well, it's more people in the box, but just to be around adults and it's great in the society. So I'm happy. Who did you bank for the Falcons anytime touchdown last week?
Defense.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Hello.
And also, I was all over Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
that was. I mean,
Ramondre 2 touchdowns plus 650.
A lot of winners. A lot of winners.
A lot of eggplant emojis.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Ramondre.
Great start. And again, I'm not one to tout, but Greg Dulcich 50-1.
That was fantastic
from the Thursday night.
Yes.
That was a great bank.
Oh man, it was Ryan. The play was almost similar to the Will Dissly play where we also hit 35-1 on Will Dissly. Like these backup similar tight ends, they forget to cover and they just streaking down the
it's almost unbelievable
down the field,
and then they break free.
It's great.
And I saw you that evening, Monday night,
yeah,
at your comedy show. Didn't even bring it up.
Nope.
That's how humble the man was. On to the next one, he said. I tried to bring it up. He said, on to the next one. I already forgot about it. Next 50-1 bank.
Take it one game at a time.
We're on to the next one. That sound like John Mara talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. We are also on to the next WynnBet read because WynnBet sponsors the podcast, presenting sponsor of the Sports Gambling Podcast and the entire Sports Gambling Podcast network. Of course, bet $100, get a $100 free bet, and you got a shot to win the biggest. Join the biggest winners club. Whoever hits the longest parlay, not only do you cash the parlay, but you also get a $1,000 risk-free bet courtesy of WynnBet. So many ways to win. That's why they call it WynnBet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where place WynnBet is available. If you're somebody known as gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Let's freaking go.
I was like, can you call that number for a gambling problem on your bookie? Because it's someone you know. You know what I mean? So I don't want to report me, but my bookie might have a gambling problem. Right now, he wants money from me.
Yeah, you guy's clearly addicted, keeps asking me for money, for gambling. Although, honestly, if you worked with a local guy, they often are also players. Like, they're not.
Of course. But they still want your money.
Yeah. Hey, you don't get high on your own supply, Sean.
No, but I feel like local bookies do not subscribe to that theory, Ron.
They always have an opinion, that's for sure.
Yeah, like, you
like the Yankees tonight, huh?
Okay, we'll see.
You want me to bet the Yankees, huh?
Interesting. Okay. No, I'll take it.
Give me the Guardians.
So we're talking week 7 NFL props. Going to give out our 6 favorite Sunday props.
Okay.
Real quick, because
Yes,
we
Sean.
should address the live. We want to, we love the chat. Dick Gertzberger in the chat is pointing out once again, if you faded Kramer Island and you took the fools at Georgia State, you lost.
Yes, I had Georgia
Shout out
State.
to App State. It was
Kramer
lit.
had App State. Georgia State was up 14-0. When you're catching 10 points, you're up 14-0.
That's a dub.
How do you not cover? They didn't cover by 15 points. That was impressive.
55 minutes for your bet to be final, Sean. So turns out they got to play the whole game.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
there was a moment where I was kicking myself for not giving out Georgia State money line. That's kind of the swing we saw there. All right, let's get to it.
Sorry, JV talk. My bad.
No, it's
lasers are back engaged.
Ryan, save you.
Give me
sports.
some laser sound effects. Yes.
Save you sports for the weekend. We're talking NFL professional football here. Kramer, you have the honors. What's your first prop?
All right. Well, coincidentally, shout out Josh. He put Saquon Barkley on the card, on the thumbnail. Over 76.5 rushing yards. Ooh. Sean, you highlighted this when we handicapped this game.
Yeah.
The Jags have not been great against the running back.
No.
And the Giants are quite good with their running back. It's probably, as you put it, the best thing they do. The only good thing they do. I would argue that point. But 76.
Well, them and Saquon and Daniel Jones running. What else is their offense? Maybe
Graham Gano. Don't leave out the best player.
Field goal
on the team,
kicker.
Graham
Maybe
Gano.
Bellinger heating up.
He's looking good. All right. So when you look, it's 76.5 and just dummy handicap here. He's in games where he's received the workload. He's only gone under this number once, and that was against Carolina. That was kind of a weird game. He got bottled up a little bit. Other than that, 18 for 164, 14 for 81, 31 for 146, and 22 for 83. Green Bay, obviously, he got hurt and left the game. Feels auto play. I don't know why this number is so low. This is not the highest rushing total on the board, not even close. So
yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they think they're going to load up against him, but
is Jacksonville that bad against the run? I thought it was the opposite. I thought they were horrible against the pass. Not to take a deep dive into my numbers.
Let's go.
I mean, this is what I have on my clipboard here.
Let's bring it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm bringing it up.
I don't think they're great, but
I thought they're better against the run than they are to pass for sure.
I outsourced this to Sean.
All right.
Oh, throwing me under the bus. You don't know your own opponent.
I mean, that being said, not that I'm against the play. I mean, Saquon does that in one play for 76 yards sometimes.
And well, the handicap is less about the opponent and more about what Barkley's done.
That's what I mean. He's a beast.
I was sprinkling in the angle. All right, here we go. Defensive.
I was just answering a question why I think the number is.
They're ninth, so
they're good on DVOA for sure. All but right. I think yardage wise. I don't know. It's Saquon against this defense. I
like to play. I'm just saying that's why the number is what it is.
Yeah, probably why it's low there. CJ,
sure, over.
Yeah, take the over. I love it.
CJ, what do you got? What's your first prop?
All right. Well, I'm going to parlay off that game, bounce off it. As I told you, I do have my clipboard. I got shamed last week with not shamed, but I have my papers. You guys have your laptops.
You need a whistle.
You're analog.
So
I like it.
I am analog. So this time I brought a clipboard. See, that's the clipboard you can slap when you make a point. You know, you just do one of those.
Nice little point of emphasis. I like it.
And this is a announcement to all of the listeners and fans who get 15% off at the merch store.
Oh, great plug!
Wow.
Until the next time the Giants or Eagles lose, which will be this Sunday, unfortunately.
Oh wow!
That's why I bring that's why I bring that up. And
you're one of these sharps on the Jags.
I'm a sharp on the Jag minus 3, but also I'm like I think the Giants' rush defense is actually pretty porous. Even though Travis Etienne is not really a thing, 48.5 is a very small number against that Giants rush defense. I did
mention this because Kenyon Drake randomly looked.
I mean, come on. I mean, a lot of running backs have been ripping it up. So 48.5 on Etienne over the rushing yards there. And I tell you what, Giants of course can win. I love what they're doing. We all know they're fraud, but it's funny when they Now they don't believe they're a fraud. That's when things get ugly. See, if they realize what they were,
next level.
That's when they were win. But now, once they start accepting that they're good, that's when things get bad.
If this was anyone else but the Jags, I could buy into
I'm just kidding. But I don't barely like the Jags, but I do like ATN over 48.5.
So I think Jacksonville overall, if you look at the season long numbers, not bad and kind of leaning towards good, but like Dameon Pierce had 99 yards against them. So I think like more recently, the past 3 games, they've been letting up more to the run.
Dameon Pierce though. That's
Dameon Pierce is
that's Jesus and cleats.
I'm going to give that out.
Well, what's Saquon then? If he's Jesus,
that's what I'm saying.
I was going to save it for my last, but I'm going to start off with it because we just mentioned him. Dameon Pierce over 65.5 rush yards. Like he's gotten over this every game by a wide margin. And again, Vegas has an okay rush defense, but he gets a decent amount of volume. Like it's the Texans offense. It runs through Dameon Pierce. He's getting like 15, 20 carries a game.
Right?
Yeah. he's just going to ugly up the game. He wants to play defense and run the ball.
We've made the comparison to Matt Forte before. Lovie Smith knows how to use a running back.
Dameon Pierce, the first game, 11 for 33. After that, 15 for 69, 20 for 80, 14 for 131 against the Chargers, 26 for 99 against the Jags. That's a game they won. So if I'm Lovie Smith and I'm sitting on the bye, I go, we've won one fucking game. We gave the ball to Dameon Pierce 26 times. Maybe we should run that back.
If you were Lovie Smith.
Yes. Which in a dream world, maybe I am.
I don't think it's that much of a pipe dream.
I
think sometimes they'd be better off.
I'm getting a little grays in the beard.
I don't know
he gets that white, that beard, it really pops.
I don't know if anyone of us at this table could grow that style of beard.
No, absolutely
That's a
not.
strong beard.
No, I'm straight neck beard only.
And mine, like at a certain point, it's probably just going to look like a hippie ponytail. I don't think it's going to grow out nice and strong. Staying with the Texans.
Yeah. What do you got?
Can I jump in?
Sure.
Brandin Cooks. We highlight. I think we'll probably be talking about this more maybe for DFS, but horrible matchup for the Vegas Raiders. Brandin Cooks has not been going. So coming off the bye, optimistic here maybe because I'm a fantasy owner. I kind of feels like a game we'll see Brandin Cooks get involved. Specifically, the Vegas Raiders versus the first number one receivers. They're 32nd in the league. So again, volume. Assuming Davis Mills can take a step forward. If he comes out and looks like shit in this game, Sean, I'm officially worried. There's worried
chance
about
he may
my
not.
Pep Hamilton deep dive this offseason was not worth it because I'm a little worried, but he's not. Davis Mills has nowhere to step forward to.
Yeah,
I mean, over 5.5 catches for Brandin Cooks.
Oh,
well,
okay.
and that,
fine.
Yeah, catches, yards is probably a little bit more risky because you're implying some efficiency, but yeah, I mean, Brandin Cooks is their guy. And
last time I chose catches over yards, and we were playing unders, and it was KJ Hamler, and he got that horse shit designed -2 yard forward pass. How do you have a -2 yard forward pass?
Both KJ Hamler overs hit though, Ryan. As the guy who was on the yardage, I was like, oh, awesome. -3 yards. Great start to the yardage prop.
Horrible.
And then Bruss, who supposedly has a torn labrum, just, it reminded me of like when you played 500 as a kid and you just launch the ball up and fucking KJ.
So heroic.
And helmets thrown.
Yeah.
So heroic.
What do you got for your second prop here, CJ?
Okay. Well, as we all wait for David Mills to become David Mills, we will get off that game, but we will stay in that division and we're going to go to, the famed Tennessee Colts game. Alec Pierce. I love his over. He's I think I'm like
he's a dude.
Yeah, he is a dude, and he is forever in my Hall of Fame for covering Hall of Fame for that touchdown last week at the buzzer.
Oh, that was great.
When if you had 2.5, which I did, Colts down 1, looking like a nightmare situation where they're going to kick a field goal and win and not cover.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Ryan just lofts one up there, and Pierce getting interfered with. He's the absolute truth. I mean, come on. First of all, you're going against Tennessee's pass defense, which gave up 2 touchdowns to something called De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
One time. I mean, they're just absolutely horrendous. You can't tell me Alec Pierce can't get over 42.5 yards receiving, and he's Ryan loves him too.
No, and he, with the exception of that first game, all of his other games would have been on the over 61, 80. 81, even last game against the Jags, I think it was 45.5. He got it on that last play. Right. He got 49 yards. It's tough to not like that.
The story arc for De'Ami Brown this year has been great. First, he was called out randomly in some drive-by by Amon-Ra St. Brown because he was drafted ahead of him, and then he just has that massive game. I wish you were here on Sunday as I was sweating Indy, Cincy, and my New York Football Giants all at the same time.
That was beautiful.
When Matt Ryan just got he just gets ragdolled right at the hip, and the ball just and it's like, oh my God, and you're like, no fucking way.
That was
the
amazing.
Quarterback's out of position.
And the Colts are
I haven't cheered like that authentically. I mean, since I was a teenager.
That
was an actual moment.
It was an all-time
gambling
sweat.
Fucking great sweat.
It was like Jamar Chase happened.
Yep.
Then that happened, and then the Giants fucking picked off Lamar Jackson.
That was incredible.
I was so aroused.
Great Giants win, and that Jamar Chase great. Jamar Chase was another great cover play.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely.
And I was last weekend. I was in Oregon for my wife's friend's wedding, and the wedding was like 4 hours away from the airport.
You and Robert Kraft doing the old game day weddings.
So it's Sunday. I'm driving back. I have NFL Red Zone like stuck on my right up there by the speedometer, and I'm driving. And when Alec Pierce catches that ball, I'm going, "Fuck yeah!" And my wife didn't realize that. She thought I had just plugged into the audio. She didn't see that I had the actual phone itself hidden up there. Sir. Also watching Red Zone on these like windy Oregon coast roads. She goes, "You can't do that." So she took it away. So the rest of the time I was just listening to the game audio.
She took it away.
It was you could still enjoy Red Zone with just the audio. My prop bet, Ryan, we love taking quarterback rushing overs when they're in desperate situations, playoff games, must-win situations. For me, Taylor Heineke fits this build of a must-win situation. He's coming. He's going to try and run for his life. Yeah, they're desperate for a win. You look at Heineke. The first game he started for the Commanders, Redskins football team. He had 17 yards, and actually last year they played Green Bay in Green Bay, and he went for 10 for 95. His rushing prop is set at 14.5 rush yards. I love it. I think he's gonna be like, this offense needs a spark, and
for sure,
if you're Heineke, you drop back, you get a little pass rush. He's gonna be.
And I support Ron Rivera playing him instead of their rookie, because he's just trying to save his job. Oh and yeah, he's saying anything he wants. First of all, he's also an analog guy. When he was his quote after the Thursday night game was like, I'm the fucking guy who pulled out the papers and looked at sabermetrics. First of all, anyone looks at sabermetrics doesn't pull out sheets of paper. No.
That's why you have computers to do that.
He actually said sheets of paper. So I'm a Rivera guy. Till he gets fired in a month.
He prints his emails out.
Ryan, who was the Giants head office guy that talked about his computer folks when discussing analytics?
Dave Gettleman.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you remember the draft, he had like just binders stacked on top of one, just complete not analytical drip right there. All right.
Before we get to our next props, let's shout out No House Advantage. Again, you obviously love props. You're listening to a NFL props episode. You can play props in the No House Advantage contest. Pick'em contest. It's super fun. You can win up to $250,000. It's pretty awesome. Great sweat. And instead of just like, salary cap for different players, you're just playing their over unders in DFS format. A lot of fun. Or you can just play against the house. You go 5-0 on your player props, you cash 20x. They got you covered for not only the NFL, but NBA, PGA, MMA, NASCAR even. NoHouseAdvantage.com, promo code SGPN. First deposit match up to $25. NoHouseAdvantage.com, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Babbel, language for life. That's right, Babbel. Man, Conta Babbel. I love it's great. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You can always find 10 minutes. Do something positive for you and your life. Maybe you're trying to woo a lady, whatever it is. 14 different languages: Spanish, French, Italian, German. And I know what you're saying, CJ. You're an international traveler, I'm sure.
I am.
And you're thinking, oh, hey, I got a big vacation coming up. It's there's no way I can learn a language in 4 weeks. Well, you can start picking up conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Head over to Babbel. Get started today. 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/SGP. That's BABBEL.com/SGP for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
Ciao.
I love it. Nothing woos a lady more than rudimentary German that I'm trying to pick up.
Schnell.
Asking where the library is. In
Donde está la biblioteca? Te amo. I love you.
Shout out to Dodgeball.
Yes.
All right, Kramer, what do you got?
I was also on the Heineke prop, so I'm shuffling furiously.
All right.
Nick Chubb over 16.5 rush attempts. Basically gone over this every week, but last week, Sean. And what's been the narrative? Hey, Stefanski, you fucking idiot.
Play Nick Chubb.
Why do you consistently forget you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in your backfield? Just Nick Chubb gets back to normal Nick Chubb workload over 16.5 rush attempts. The only concern here would be blowout, I guess. But Baltimore has consistently gotten up and then just let folks come back on them. So no concern there. I guess the secondary concern, Stefanski's continuing to be a dumbass. It's just been such a narrative this week. It feels like we have to see a huge Chubb game. So leaning in,
huge Chubb game, Ryan.
Chubb.
I agree. And also, you gave a
I see what you did there.
Swollen Chubb
Son
game.
of a bitch.
Long Cox.
you
Visible Chubb game.
Yeah, right through the pants.
Protruding Chubb game. This is going to be a bold spot for Chubb here.
Cover that thing.
Report to HR, kind of a Chubb game.
You went rushing attempts. I took his yards over 71 and a half. Again, I'm with you. It's a massive bounce back spot against Baltimore. He's averaging 108.2. I think 71 and a half is really a bit of an over adjustment. Like New England plays really good run defense. And again, Belichick, he's good. If you do one thing well, he's good at dialing in on it and clamping down on it. And the Browns came in, they're like, hey, we're good at running Nick Chubb. And Belichick threw the kitchen sink at him.
I mean, Barkley was fairly inefficient, averaging under 4 yards a carry. Still got there.
Yeah.
Still got to the number that Nick Chubb would have to get there. So
I mean, look at his game log: 141, 87, 113, 118, 134. Then last week, 56. I think 70. Or what is it? 71 and a half. Like that's just too much of an over adjustment.
he's a stud. He's a real man. He doesn't wear those fucking gloves.
No, it doesn't need him.
Just uses his hands.
CJ, what do you got? What's your next prop?
Were there still Chubb jokes going on?
One more Chubb.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I like skin on skin.
Well, once I'm spent, I need another 20 minutes before I can get back into it. If I can restart doing it. Anyway, we're gonna go to the other Ohio team, Cincinnati, and I think it's gonna be a nice shootout between them and Atlanta. And I like. I was gonna go Jamar Chase, but I'm like Joe Burrow. I think it's 285 his pass yards. What I like about it is the Bengals have finally realized that they cannot run the football. Why are they even trying to do it? They're so
they want to so bad.
They're just jamming Mixon into a wall.
Makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. And so now they're opening up, and I mean, especially versus Atlanta secondary coming off that huge San Francisco is going to have a letdown going to the road. 285. I think it's one of those games where Burrow has like 250 at halftime. Then he finishes up around 350.
And yeah, since Atlanta doesn't have like a super intense pass rush,
no,
they're okay. And I like your angle because I think it's smart to pivot off Chase because Atlanta's one of their strengths is going up against number one receivers. So maybe they slow him down
Higgins
a little bit.
is healthy again.
Higgins could be the guy to take the over. Either way, you're probably covered with the pass.
I was going to think Higgins, but he's still. I don't know.
Is he 100%?
Yeah, is he 100% coming back from an injury? I mean, he kind of played. He was kind of forced to play last week, and he still put up
honestly,
some
there
numbers.
could be some Tyler Boyd anytime touchdown.
Yes,
Hurst anytime touchdown. Like those are interesting in my mind.
Hurst for sure, but I think Burrow will have a field day, and I think he's going to want his attempts as well. If you wanted to fire on all Burrow, give me all the Burrow until further notice.
He's back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They're back to like their team last year where he just gets the shit kicked out of him, takes a ton of sacks, and then they make up for it by connecting on a couple big plays. It's a fun team to watch and root for. I don't know how sustainable it is, but they seem right back where they were last year. Kramer, what do you got?
Just be careful. The Atlanta Falcons. Another Cleveland Browns prop. Njoku. The receiving prop's only 36.5.
Wow.
Almost feels like a mistake. He's soared past that the last 3 games when he's really started to get involved in the game plan. And it's not just tight end shit. It's like down the field tight end shit. It's like
he's an athlete.
It's like it's like legit, proper ADOT stuff. So he looks like the guy that he was supposed to be years ago, that it took him having to get a second contract to finally show up. I mean, he was the athlete out of Miami in that draft, and he's finally looking like it. So again, he's 10, 7, 6, 6 targets, soared over the yardage. I mean, he's gone over the yardage by 20 or more yards in every game. This number just seems incorrect. Another Browns prop. So I'm leaning in on the Browns this week, Sean. Starting to wonder if if DFS lineup might be including either Lamar or Brissett.
Well, and a couple of people.
A Lamar with a bring back of fucking Nick Chubb. My concern is Lamar is banged up a little.
Lamar's banged up. Mark Andrews is banged up. So, and Mark Andrews might not actually play.
Tyler,
which
Huntley.
Again, I'm glad I got my Browns in. That's super interesting fantasy wise. All right, next up, I'm taking Kenneth Walker over 66.5 rush yards. Chargers are horrible against the run. 22nd in rush DVOA. Last 3 games, Chargers are allowing 147 rush yards per game. Kenneth Walker, like eye test, he looked really good. He's gonna get the majority of the workload. I think.
Did this number seem low to you?
No, it seems super low to me. I think he's almost like he's to me he's similar to like Dameon Pierce, where I think since there just isn't a long history of them putting up numbers, they're afraid to put it up super high. But I think it's justified.
Yeah,
so,
and Kenneth Walker seemed inevitable there in Seattle, and he's young and he's fresh, which is what you need, especially in the NFL, because we say it's like the Benjamin Buttons. The less touches you have, the better, more value you have. I think the only reason why the number is like, listen, he's on my list. I'm glad it was one of my options. It's just because just in case the Chargers, game script, or if the Chargers are up big on
the
them.
Chargers get out to a lead, yeah,
right.
So,
but I love Kenneth Walker.
But so I have under 87.5 rushing and receiving yards, and part of it was that's a huge gap between his rushing total and his rushing and receiving total.
I don't think he's involved
for a guy who doesn't
that much.
He may see a target or two.
Gino doesn't look on Chuck
and
down.
Especially like there's many outcomes here where the Chargers get up and they're chasing, and it's DJ Dallas or someone else in the backfield, not Ken Walker. So is it Kenneth or Ken? I feel like he swapped to
Kenneth, and he throws a third out there. But anyone who throws a third on their jersey, watch out.
I feel like it was. I'm going with Ken Walker. So I wanted to make sure I got an under in. This was the under, because for them to have an assumed 21 receiving yards felt incorrect, and I also kind of talked myself into that as I was going through the DFS card, Sean. Like that, playing that game in a way where Seattle never gets going on offense feels like it's going to be a good way to fade the chalk, and that's what got me thinking about Ken Walker not getting home.
Not Kenny Skywalker.
That's a great nickname.
The old redheaded dunk champion, not since Blake Griffin.
What's your next one, CJ?
Well, I also like that one, so I'll go to another running back one I have here, and that is Brian Robinson.
Ooh.
Over 51.5 yards versus Green Bay. Green Bay, terrible rush defense. Him coming out to 50 Cent of many men after being shot in just to come to. I'm rooting for him to win comeback player of the year after never playing in the NFL once. Does that ever happen before? Right? Can you win comeback player of the year just from being shot?
There was I know you're kind of joking, but there was like dispute as to whether or not he was eligible, and they said since he was a rookie, he was not eligible.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, because I love comeback player of the year is so funny. It's either you were terrible last year or a massive injury. Like it's kind of insulting.
Terrible does get like swaffed in there.
Exactly. Oh, you were just awful. Boy, I didn't expect that from you. But I mean, how can you not throw gunshot in there?
12.5 is his carry total too, which they're. Again, if they get up on this Packers team, they're going to be running the ball.
Just go through the list of what the Packers have given up on the ground too. The last, 4 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Brian Robinson utilization rate number 1 by like a landslide, 58%. So they're clearly just don't like Antonio Gibson.
Oh, it's so funny how much they hate Antonio Gibson.
Weird,
he put him right on punt team as soon as that bullet wound cleared up. You are a wedge blocker.
What did he do? What did he do?
Someone's wife, Ron Rivera's got a niece that he took out or something.
Pulled out the sheets of paper.
I mean, I understand you like Brian Robinson, you drafted him, but I don't think Antonio Gibson is that bad. And really, part of the reason they were low on him was the fumbling issues. And I don't. Has he fumbled a bunch yet this season?
Can't fumble when you don't have the ball.
Yeah, I guess that's part of their solution of like, hey, we just won't give you the ball, then you're not going to fumble.
Problem solved. We fixed your fumbling issues.
It just seems like something went down. Like something went down.
It's bizarre.
Sean, you ready for a defensive tutty?
Yeah. Throw it at us, Ryan.
All right. So last week it was 8-1. You laughed at me when I threw it out.
I don't recall.
Visibly laughed at me. This week, 750. Detroit Lions.
Nothing funny about this.
To score a defensive touchdown. Dak is returning from a fucking injury that affected the way he could grip the football. I know that Detroit's defense has been bad, but they've been bad in a way where they get lots of reps. All it takes is one strip sack here.
You're not asking them to stop anyone.
All it takes is
just bring one back.
So once again, we don't have to hit these every week, but at plus 750, you're telling me there's nothing you like about this matchup. Just like you last week, you told me there was nothing you liked about that Falcons matchup.
I don't remember.
Not you. I'm talking to the books. Sorry, I'm talking to the books. And, well, you did laugh at my play last week. You looked at me like that's a bad play. Like, ooh. So this week I figured I'd pull one out that you would like. Fuck the Cowboys. Shout out to Brandin Jacobs.
Let's go, baby.
And yeah, I think this. I'm not a religious man, but I'm praying that Dak looks worse than Cooper Rush. I'm praying. I'm praying
if Dak Prescott comes, dear Lord, if you're listening, if Dak Prescott could come back, I know I always pray for Dallas losses, so this is nothing different. But of all the Dallas losses, them losing with Dak coming back to the Detroit Lions, it would just be the greatest thing for social media. Jerry Jones, the drama,
and if it's by Dan Campbell's historically horrific defense.
Well, that's the thing, right? Football guy, he doesn't.
That'd be amazing.
He knows his guy Aaron Glenn back against the wall. Might have to get the axe out soon if they don't do something. What better way to show bring the dead bird to the doorstep?
Yeah, quote some Metallica. Let's get this done.
Caleb in the YouTube chat saying, "I'm a Lions fan. I'd love to see it, but I'd honestly go Cowboys to score."
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
That must be new to the show. Dude.
Yes, we don't allow pro Dallas takes on the show.
What's that prop? Minus 180 by the way. Dallas defense.
Mine is a huge favorite
for that line. Golf, my lord.
Hey, we got some more props coming up. Before we get to that, shout out to Fubo TV. You like the NFL Red Zone? Again, I like the NFL Red Zone so much. I had it going on my Fubo app while I was driving. Don't do that, but you should subscribe to Fubo TV. Again, no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time. Just go to FuboTV.com/SGP. Get 7 days free and 15% off your first month. Again, you can cancel anytime, but you're not going to want it. You got NFL Red Zone, college, pro football. FuboTV.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by Odds Trader. That's right. Odds Trader is your one-stop shop. Whether you're looking for the best promos, best sign-up codes, projected game day weather, live scores, bet tracking. Again, before you fire off on a live bet, you should head over to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire, see where the best numbers are, and go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Odds Trader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Ryan, we loved him in the XFL, but PJ Walker, I know he's at home. He's going against this. You're rocking the Roughnecks hoodie, Ryan.
Shout out Cam Phillips, Pokey great. They were going to win it all, Sean. They robbed us of a championship.
They're really those
cowards.
Some piece of shit.
Let them play.
Some piece of shit took a bite out of a bat. Next thing you know, all my XFL futures are crushed.
Couldn't even cash it out. They fucking pushed it. Bullshit.
PJ Walker under passing yards. Ryan, I don't think I told you this. What would you guess his passing yards are set at?
What was Justin Fields comically low one?
It was
150.
Yeah, he is set at.
He's around. He's got to be around there. So I'll say 175.
That's way too high.
156.5.
I should have stuck with the Justin Fields comp.
I mean, I'm looking. I went through all his career game logs, and honestly, it's tough to tell which games he started and which games he didn't because you look at the passing yards and you go, "Oh, okay, he was
horrible.
He was 10 for 16 for 60 yards. That was last game. He got knocked out. He's got just like."
Sam Darnold will play in this game.
Plus, right? There's a great chance he doesn't even play that full game. There's no
he
way.
He got knocked out of that game. He's dealing with a neck injury. I'd never heard this in all the years of like breaking down stats and numbers. He had a negative average depth of target, meaning like you take all the times he threw the ball, the average was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so he's also terrible at football, right? Number one. Besides all those injuries, he's bad at the sport of football.
He's terrible at NFL football.
Right. NFL, you're right.
Speak some respect in his XFL name.
I do apologize.
He's got 7 games under 100 yards. He's played in 11 games. I just 156.5 feels crazy, and it seems like that team is not. If they were going to get up for the Matt Rule game, it might have been that game against the Rams, but now. They're trading everyone. It feels like a sinking ship.
For sure.
I just don't see them getting up for it.
Listen,
And to your point too, like I think there's a much better than chance he doesn't finish this game.
Yeah, and they'll bring in Tony Eason.
I think Darnold,
Sam Darnold, baby.
is
So
close.
Darnold healthy. I thought it was Eason got in there last week.
No, but I think
that
Darnold's
bad.
been activated.
You know what's a funny story about Eason? He's so I'm like, oh, that must be Tony Eason's kid, right? You look it up. He is Tony Eason's kid, but he's not the Tony Eason's kid.
Different Tony
Different
Eason.
Tony
How can
Eason?
you can't do that? That's crazy. Oh man, I love that play so much, Sean. It was my number one play.
Oh,
PJ
really?
Walker, which is
Sorry.
fine. I can transition.
I can
transition, no problem.
I have a bonus one as well.
Wow.
What I just love the whole situation in Carolina, so I'll stick with Carolina. It's what's going on that sideline, the whole situation.
This is a bad spot for them.
It's like
This season's going to be a bad spot.
they're like
for
the
them.
high school from Lean on Me before Morgan Freeman cleaned it up. Like there's fights going on. They're spray painting the benches. They're throwing people out, and they got Steve Wilkes in there. He's Morgan Freeman. You know, he's like.
He's definitely a patsy. That's
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman. He's sending people off. He's like
Robbie Anderson's playing on a different team tonight.
right. They're going to trade. They're trying to trade McCaffrey.
Yeah, it's
He's
just
Kid Ray in that situation. Kid Ray leaves the white guy in the suit. You'll be dead in a year, kid.
I'm always looking to get contrarian and talk myself into some big dogs on the money line.
Right.
I
No.
know. This seems like no, not at all.
Or it's a cross between Wildcats. I was saying, instead of PJ Walker, they'd be better off getting who's that quarterback? Lavender Bird. If I want to really date myself with these these 80s movie references, but I'll stick with that game and go with DJ Moore then.
Okay.
Underneath,
Ooh.
and I mean, just they cannot throw the ball forward in this game. And
No.
DJ Moore, he saw what happened with Robbie Anderson last week. Wait a minute.
Hey, wait, if I just
That's how you get out of here.
If I just get into an argument with
Right.
the head coach, I can get out of
and
this.
he get traded. So he might get traded by halftime. I'm thinking another brawl. It's like, what is it, 44 and a half his receiving yards?
It's super low.
I'll take that under because he'll be gone by halftime. Or what's his reception number? I didn't look that up. That might be even better. It doesn't matter. I'll go 44 and a half yards.
I think if I
Or
had to,
reception.
between those two, I would say I would go yards just because
Yes.
you might get some bubble screen stuff.
Right.
Like it seems like that's their whole offense is right at the line of scrimmage.
They seem like they're bad.
Yes. So either way, I think like he's going to pull not pull Robbie Anderson, but learn by his ways. Robbie Anderson's quotes were hilarious too. He goes,
Oh man.
I don't know. And I did nothing wrong. I don't see what the problem is. He's like, I did nothing wrong.
He goes, I've never been told not to be in the game
Yeah.
before. I'm like, wow.
Right.
We've lived two completely different lives, Robbie. I'm used to the coach saying, hey, you're not playing anymore.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
He seemed genuinely confused as to why people were bad at him.
So funny. Well, that's Temple football for you.
Yeah.
I love him. I love Robbie Anderson.
Temple Al.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Temple.
Kramer, what do you got? How many do you have left?
My list has 7 props, and
Okay.
some have overlapped, and I've given out all of them. So I did have one more angle, and you guys were talking about PJ Walker, which made me think about Tom Brady. I want to smash his over passing touchdowns this week.
Okay.
Unfortunately, everywhere is manipulating them. It's 1.5 with heavy juice on the over.
Really?
So what I'm going to say is, well, they're not out yet. So when they do come out, we're going to take the over 2.5.
Okay.
Tom Brady is being made to look like a fool. He went to a wedding.
I love this.
He's being drawn out. Like this is a narrative spot. Lenny got involved last game. This is going to be a Tom Brady game. Godwin's going to get his. Evans 2 touchdown. Maybe that's in play. But we're just going to go over 2.5 here for Tom Brady. And we didn't really discuss this, Sean. But why the fuck is the owner of an NFL franchise getting married the Friday before a football game?
I have a theory on that one.
I mean,
what do you got?
This is the same man who got a hand job
Right.
the Saturday
Creepy.
before a playoff game or the morning of a playoff game.
Creepy. Absolutely. But of course, you don't do the football autumn wedding. But the only way to guarantee Bill Belichick will not show up to your wedding.
Oh, I like
if you
that.
have it mid-season because he's got to go beat Cleveland, and now I can go dance.
Now
with,
he doesn't have to deal with the awkwardness
Right.
of Brady and Belichick. Clearly, he wanted Brady
Exactly.
there, and he didn't want Belichick there.
Oh,
That's
wow.
come in
genius.
there, and
That's
now he can
next
come there and
level.
watch me slow dance with my nurse to Bon Jovi singing "Always."
That's
or something.
that's
know?
a really, really smart take.
Over under on his wife's age. I have not looked it up. Over under on his wife's age. Ryan, you set the line.
Well, she's okay with him frequenting hand job. I mean, massage parlors.
You have to know when to come.
The tense man.
Yeah.
She's also. I mean, I'll say over under 36.5.
Oh, come on. He's
28.5.
I'm taking the under. I think
that's early action.
That's the first half total.
I got her at 32. CJ, if you had to guess her age,
he's 81, right?
Yeah.
You know what? What did I say? 36.5.
Yeah.
I stand by my total.
I like your total.
You guys scared me with your looks initially.
I'm gonna say 19. No, she's got to be over. She's got to be over in 36.
There's no way.
She's got to be in her 40s. But if she's out the door as soon as she hits 50. Though.
Listen,
I'll tell you that.
I haven't heard.
She has a
much.
nice prenup, and she'll be out the door when she's 50. I'd say she's 42.
I haven't heard much like crap on him for like marrying a super young broad. So apologies.
She's got to be in her 40s.
Broad.
Okay. Breaking news. She looks incredibly young in this photo. She is 47 years old.
Oh, okay.
So there is a 34-year age difference.
I still got it, Sean.
And she's a doctor, and turns out she's already a millionaire.
She's a doctor.
Okay, so she's not marrying her
doctor of
is that what he ordered up?
Masseuse?
Yeah, is that what he ordered up, Dr. Lovejoy?
She's not marrying him for the money. Huh?
No, maybe she's just a massive.
Oh, she has her own money. He not interested in his billions at all.
Yeah.
I got my own private practice.
You know, usually millionaires, if you offer them like a chance to become a billionaire, they pass. They're like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm in for love. I'm this creepy old man who flies to Florida on the day of AFC title games to get full releases.
All right,
that's how you know that place was a fucking real banger of a spot.
Right?
If you're making a separate trip on they should just include that in the Yelp review.
And that's also why Brady couldn't have an excuse like, hey, I got a game on Sunday. Hey, listen, asshole, I showed up the day of after go flying to Florida for a jerk.
Oh shit.
I'm down to. I have one prop, but I'm deciding between two. Do I take Cade Otton over 28.5 receiving yards or Robert Tonyan over 32.5 receiving yards? Cade Otton, again, like he's the only healthy tight end.
Can I suggest you play either one of those guys just on the anytime?
I say you take Tonyan because I have Cade Otton. You can't take the both of mine.
You'll handle the Cade Otton.
Yes.
I'm on Robert Tonyan. I'm also on Robert Tonyan. I will add a note here: Robert Tonyan anytime touchdown if we can get that price.
I feel like that's the
love it.
Like, look, you're basically saying I think these guys are going to be involved in the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I like them to get enough catches to be involved in the game plan. Where do we like to go to our tight ends the most? Around in the red zone. So if we think they might be activated, then they're going to be activated in the red zone. And instead of getting a mild -110, let's see, what's the anytime for Cade Otton was +240.
Okay.
I saw.
I like that.
And the anytime for Robert Tonyan is +250.
Love it. Let's go. So yeah, you know
see what we just did there?
Screw the receiving yards.
That's extracting value.
Robert Tonyan anytime touchdown +250.
Parlay that with Cade.
Yeah. Robert Tonyan now.
Can I go a step further?
The Commanders are okay against the tight end, but just this is like he's one of the few guys that Aaron Rodgers likes. He calls him Bobby. He's one of the few guys that like hangs out with Rodgers, and his snap count and target share keeps going up.
Can we go a step further together? You want to skip down the road for 22-1? Robert Tonyan scores 2 touchdowns.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
We hit one last week. It was only 650 with Ramondre Stevenson.
Wow, that is awesome.
All right, add Robert Tonyan 2 touchdowns onto the list. All right. This is gonna be fun.
I just want to know who you're talking to.
Mostly myself as I type it out.
I don't like that angle with Cade Otton. If any.
No, and because
for touchdowns, no.
Yeah.
Just because there's
right, he likes his receivers.
Brady's gonna feed all his babies.
But I will say,
weekend.
okay,
he did drop one.
His over's 28.5 yards.
I do like the over
very easily to hit, and he's going to be their third option first because you have Gage is still kind of banged up, and Julio Jones can't get on the field. But they're acting like there's still a chance Cameron Brate might play. He got carted off Mike Utley style, fucking like thumbs up. Like he's not coming.
Sean, I think we might have some tape of interview with Cameron Brate from last week.
Yep, yeah, I got it right here. Hold on.
Hear it.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? Your
back is broken.
Oh,
what? A vertebrae or what
a
portion?
vertebrae.
Spinal. Spinal.
You can't even make fun of Tyson's answer because Jim Gray's question's ridiculous. Yes. What, a vertebrae? That's something I know that's in the back.
I love that he's asking Mike Tyson about vertebrae. Like, come on, dude. God. Know your audience.
So his only other competition, Cade Otton, is Kyle Rudolph. That's not a thing anymore. There's absolutely
no. Cade's the guy. They drafted him. He
had 73 of 75 snaps when he came in there from the injury. And Kyle Rudolph had 2 of them.
We heard that they liked him.
Yeah, they love him.
That was
I have him in some best ball stuff, and I like it. I'm with you. Cade Otton, Cade time. Let's go. He kind of looks like a Tom Brady relative. If you pull up his profile photo, he's got the big hair, the pearly whites. I think they could get along. All right, gave out a ton of props here. Or
well done, Sean.
Any others? I think we gave it all. We gave out.
Did we do enough?
No, I feel like. I mean,
18 of them.
When we're talking Robert Tonyan 2 touchdowns, I feel like we've hit it all. Thank you, CJ, for coming on the show. Make sure you check out CJ on the NFL Gambling Podcast. Can also get it on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network feed, as you can get all our shows there. Make sure you follow.
Thank you.
Follow him on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. And toss us a nice rating and review. Screenshot it. Submit it via the SGPN app. Giving away $100 gift card to the merch store every Monday, aka Merch Monday. Again, 15% off when you use the promo code NOCBeast between now and CJ saying Sunday. It's all over.
I mean, the Sharps say Sunday.
So the Giants will hate the. Do the Giants love the listeners enough to win the game, Ryan? Stay tuned for Thursday.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Have you not seen Brian Table and this fucking culture he's building?
That was my problem. He's getting too serious now. he lost his comedy magic.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Sean, great job.
Thank you. Kramer, let it ride.